Gene Gown here with the Chatham Journal. I am at Pittsboro Feed here in downtown Pittsboro, kind of on the edge of downtown. And we're going in because there's some changes coming up, good changes for Pittsboro Feed. We're going to go inside. We're going to meet Josh and see what is going on. Again, they've got chicks. If you want chicks, they've got availability coming up. I'm going to struggle with the door. And there we go. We're meeting with Mr. Josh Miller. He's going to tell us about what's going on here. And this is the regular front storefront, but this is all going to change. There's the puppy dog. He brought his toy, buddy. We cannot play right now.
That's Nova.
Nova.
And then we got Stella.
Stella.
So they're coming too.
Oh, they are? That's fine.
They're coming too with us.
And how old are they?
So Nova she'll be 4 in a month, and
Okay.
Stella is 10.
Okay, good age differential. All right.
Yeah.
We're here. This is for folks who haven't been here before, and for folks who have been here before, it's pretty familiar. This is the part I love because I'm a hat collector, so you got all sorts of hats, but this is going to change. What's going to be happening, Josh?
Yeah, so here we don't have an exact opening date yet, and so today is Friday, August 15th.
Yes, it is.
And so we don't have an exact opening date yet. We're waiting on a few things from the town, which is always fun. But we are moving our retail location. If anybody remembers where the old Pittsboro Ford building is, we're moving our location about 700 feet behind us. So it's about 700 feet, front door to front door, and we're really excited because you guys have supported us so well, and our delivery service, where we go from here, and it's about a 63-mile radius around the store we deliver, and we just need more space. So we're keeping this building as a warehouse space and moving our retail to be able to expand and show you guys more.
Okay, so what's the square footage of this current retail space?
So we have 3,000 retail square feet in here and about 6,000 warehouse.
So you're going to be doubling.
So that's about 15,000 square feet total over there, and we're going to be utilizing about 10,000 of it for retail square feet.
All right, so you're going from 3,000 to 10,000, is that correct?
Yes.
3 times as much?
Yes.
All right, what has precipitated this movement, this change, this enlargement of the business?
So, as I said before, the support from everyone, but we've been looking for 3 years for a warehouse building, and we need it. We just need storage. We try not to push our boundaries on inventory, ordering, and everything like that, because we pride ourselves in having everything in stock for y'all, because you guys want to be able to buy everything for your animals, and your animals have to eat. And that's one thing that we try to do, and we are running really tight right now on inventory because we want to keep it fresh. We don't want to over order, and we want to have a good product offering for y'all.
How long have you been at this storefront location?
So my parents bought this location in 2005, and then there was prior owners, Laura Lee and Nancy. They had it. That's who we bought it from, and they were here for about 10 years, and then it was Steve Cockman before that, and he's here from the 80s. So it's been here for a long time. So, and then it was up in town prior to that. So Pittsboro Feed has been here for a long, long time. And we're scared to move it, but we're excited because we know we need the space, and again, we appreciate the support.
What do you mean you're scared to move it? You're just going down a few hundred feet.
I know, but it's down the street, but we were scared to open up the pet supply store.
Well, that's going well too. I actually take my dog in to get his nails clipped, and that's great because I can clip his nails, but it's just easier to bring it over and have you folks do it.
Yes, the pet supply store is going great, and we were scared to open that because change is hard. Change is hard, but we know it needs to happen, and we're really excited to do it. And there are things that we really are excited to change. As you can see, there's one of the big changes when my parents bought the store was this was actually in 2005. This was the only retail space right here.
So to where that up the stairs, okay.
This opening, that was office and then all warehouse back there. So we only had 1,000 square feet right here to sell to everyone. And then going back here, we opened up about a third of it in December of 2005, January of 2006, and then in January of 2008 we opened up the other portion to allow us to sell more. And then in December 2015 we opened up the pet supply store to expand us into 4,000 more retail square feet.
Plus, you have that dog wash over there.
And then we got the dog wash.
That I also use.
Yeah, that was in June of 22.
Yeah, it works out really well when it's a little too cold to have your puppy dog out at the house. You just bring him in there,
or
and it's
quick.
hot.
It's 24/7, and it's heated and cooled.
Yeah,
So.
if I can't sleep, then I'll bring him out here at midnight.
Yeah, that's what I do.
All right, but look, I'm not going to pick on you, but you know, a professional space organizer would be looking at this and saying, you know what? Maybe if you put your hat inventory a little bit closer together.
So we're actually short on hats right now.
Oh, is that what it is?
So we're short on hats right now, and we're actually expanding because this is actually our general store section, and so we're kind of running a little short on inventory right now to make our move a little bit easier on us.
Oh, that does make life easier.
Yeah.
But for folks who haven't been here, my favorite part being a hat collector is just looking at all those hats.
Half of them.
Those are your dad's, aren't they?
Those are my dad's, and so my dad has been collecting them because when sales reps used to come in, that used to be the gift that they used to give, and so a lot of them used to be Michigan ones. If a lot of you don't know, we moved here from Michigan. We had a feed store in Michigan in 1990. We started that in 1992, and then moved here. My parents are tired of the cold, and we wanted to go polar opposite and come to the hot. So.
Right. And your mom made your dad put these in the store, right? Get them out of the house?
No. No, they were in boxes because in our feed store in Michigan, we had them in a singular line around the whole entire store. And my dad wanted to do that again, and my mom did not allow that. So he said, can I have one wall? And she approved that. So we don't know what we're doing with the hats yet, but we're trying to figure out what we want to do.
I may just ask your mom, because as all us married guys know, happy wife makes for a happy life. So
correct.
It's going to be whatever your mom decides.
Correct. And so we want the store to look really good. And so we are going to, if you've been watching the teaser videos on our social media, it looks really good.
Yeah, one of the other things I enjoy watching is the fact that you highlight some of your staff here and talk about them, and some of them, even the ones that come here for the summertime as interns or just work during the summertime, you feature them as well.
Yeah,
so.
we love our staff, and they stay for a long time. So like we have one who is an intern, and he's been with us since he was 16, and now I think he's 24, and real job, and so we try to keep them as long as we can.
All right, let's start heading back so that folks can see. This is all going to get cleared out. Is that right?
This is all going to get cleared out, and we're turning it into a warehouse. So turning this into storage space, and then turning this into temperature controlled space. So.
All right, so regular storage, temperature controlled.
Yep.
Why temperature controlled area?
So one of the biggest things, and it's North Carolina problem, is horse feed only has chicken feed, dog food, any of it has a shelf life of a certain amount of time, and then North Carolina shortens that shelf life due to the humidity, and so we want to extend that shelf life by putting it into a temperature controlled area. So.
All right, so what kind of stuff are you going to keep in the regular warehouse area? And
this one's going to be temperature controlled as well. So since we already have it temperature controlled for retail, we're just going to leave it as.
Okay, so that kind of makes it a little bit easier on y'all.
So we're not really changing too much.
All right, I see a sign up here. Chicks are here.
Yeah,
Chicks this way.
We forgot to put the sold out sign. We have been moving back and forth with a lot of stuff, and so we are trying to operate both stores at full capacity.
But you have a lot of people that come in and buy the chicks, because I know we were out here a few years ago, and I was out here on the first day, and you had folks like lined up to the front there.
Yeah, so we are still taking chicks across the street. That our brooder to keep them in isn't built yet, but that's getting built this Saturday, and then we are putting that. I think our first shipment for the fall is coming in Friday the 4th, I think 4th or 5th of September. So that is coming in then.
And your quality control when it comes to chicks is a little bit better and different than some other places,
correct.
Isn't it?
Yep. So we clean all of our cages, clean all of our waters all the time. And we wash our hands in between. We wear gloves if we're doing multiple, if we're not washing our hands in between. So if we have a line of people, wearing gloves if at all possible. Try to all times. And then one of the things that we really do is we don't accept returns, because then we don't know at Josh's house if I had diseases from other birds. We can't accept it. And those are just normal guidelines for biosecurity. So we're gonna keep all those same ones. So.
And you sell out pretty quick too, don't you?
We do, yeah. And so this year, with egg prices being so high, same thing. So with egg prices, they went really quickly. We were on WRAL this year, so.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
Yeah, we were on WRAL.
The other interesting thing is if somebody wants to get, we're just going to go, we're going to go check out the thing, but you have all the supply. Well, this guy looks a little beat up.
Yeah, he loses some feathers real quick. He's a bit old, so.
Yeah, he's not one of the highly touted chicks. But you have everything that somebody could want who has never had chicks.
We can do it all. We can start you from fresh, so we can get everything, so.
All right, and this is going to continue at your new location.
Everything's going to continue.
All right.
So, and then hopefully to expand. And so then this is one of the things that we are very excited about, and we are going to go into the new space. But one of the things is our warehouse isn't set up to shop. So one of the things that we are going to change is bringing everything in that you can find to shop. Our warehouse is set up for what moves the fastest and us to restock it.
So you're going to be a little bit more than just a regular Pittsboro Feed. You're going to be kind of a Pittsboro Feed warehouse location?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, so Pittsboro Feed warehouse, kind of. We're, as I use it, we're calling it the Costco mentality of putting all of our feed out on the floor, but not in these big stacks. We're putting it out so that we're going to have a senior horse feed section, kind of like how our chicken food was laid out in the store, so that it's much easier, so that our consumers and everyone will be able to shop and find all the feed that they will. Because we have senior food here, we have senior food in the back, because we may not sell a whole bunch of that one type, but it may be because you just don't know that we have it. Like at our pet food store, that was one thing that we found out, that people just didn't know that we had pet food.
Okay.
So that's one thing, and it's just we don't have the room here to be able to do that.
Now looking at these bags, and I know it's a silly question, but looking at these bags, these are pretty big. This one's what?
Most everything in here is 50 pounds.
All right. So if I own an elder horse and I'm an elder person and I need help hauling this into my truck,
our customer service is not going to change one bit. So if you still need help, we're going to help you carry it out to your car, load you. Even if you have, I would say our average bags is like 8 to 10. You don't have to get all 8 to 10. Even though we're going to have these fancy shopping carts in the new store, you aren't going to have to load it yourself. You aren't even going to have to bring it up to the counter. We're still going to have the same good customer service.
All right, you set yourself up by saying that you're going to be the Costco of feed stores. Are you going to have food samples?
We are not, but the one great thing about every single one of our manufacturers, actually, let me rephrase that. Sorry. Almost every single one of our manufacturers, they offer either a feed trial for a lot of horse feeds, cattle foods, or they offer, if you're a small farm, like 5 or less horses, they allow a lot of really good discounts on their website to get started on a bag of feed. Or they have a 100% quality guarantee. So if your horse doesn't eat it,
so basically, if you come to Pittsboro Feed and you're looking for a horse feed or other types of feed, you can make the purchase without worrying too much about it.
Correct. And one of the great things, as I was talking about, one of the gentlemen who worked for us when he started at 16 and now he's 24, he is our outside farm consultant. So if you're even questioning, I don't know, he can come out there and make a recommendation directly to your farm, weight tape your horse, take pictures, help you make the perfect recommendation, so you don't even have to come in, and our delivery service can do that directly for you.
So it sounds like not only can customers learn from you, but you're also learning from your customers.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. So all of our feed manufacturers, even though they are large companies, like Purina is made right here in North Carolina, and they're sourcing all of their ingredients as close as they can. Like Purina is made in Statesville. Nutrina is one of the largest companies in the world. They're made right outside of Statesville. Triple Crown is made right outside Statesville, North Carolina too. So a lot of the companies are made here locally. So we try to support as much local as possible, even though it is a big brand, and they have research to back it.
Got it. And this area back here is not climate control, temperature control.
So this one, this is where a lot of the food that turns super quickly. So we move through a lot of tractor trailers of feed a week. It depends on the week, but we move through a lot of semi-trailers a week of feed. So the ones that move quite quickly, that'll just stay out here because that is not the worry of them going bad, getting bugs in them or anything like that.
Gotcha. All right, now which way to your new facility?
Okay, so if you're out here, which generally it's just out and to the right, so going east towards Apex, or if you're out front, still east towards Apex to the right, right behind the Amico.
It's the old Crossroads
Ford or
location.
Pittsboro Ford.
Pittsboro Ford.
If you know where quality equipment is, it's right there.
All right, we're going to walk over there, folks.
Okay.
We'll be right back.